what can you say about this tune? It's just so good. It's not really a song. I would call it it's more a bit of a piece of theatre or something like that. It's kind of operatic almost in its form, the way it's put together. So clever. And it's the sort of thing that, although his lyrics are amazing and they hit the point and, they hit home to a lot of people, or connect to a lot of people, even when you take that away completely, if you just totally disregard the lyrics and just listen to the music alone, it still tells the same story, which is really clever how he's done that. I know this is a really long video and I do apologise, but hey, I think it's worth the effort to get it right and show you in detail what's actually happening there, because it's a great tune, it's a great performance, such a powerful message and such a great bit of music to play as well. I think you get a sense of achievement. I've got a sense of achievement out of learning how to play that, because that classical style, especially for the intro, is something that's it's just not on my radar of the type of music that I would normally play. So it's something different. It's cool. I liked it. We'll play through bits of it. I'll show you what he's playing. I'll slow it right down so that you can try and suss it out for yourselves. I'll just show you each part of it. There's a lot of it. It's a 9-minute song, and there's a lot of changes through it. Some parts of it are really quite complicated, like the intro, I think, is, if you can get through the intro, the rest of the song's a doddle. So let's have a watch through that, and then we'll come back and break it down section by section. That in itself, if I didn't hear anything else, I think I would get the idea of what this piece of music was all about. It tells a story in itself. I would love to know who his influences are for that style of guitar, because I really like it. I'd like to delve in more to it. So if you've got any idea who Ren's influences are for that style of guitar that he plays, stick it in the comments down below, because I really want to know. It's really cool. Right, so let's skip back to this. Sorry, I'm supposed to be showing you how to do this, aren't I? Right, so we'll call that section a phrase, okay? And we've got a call and answer thing going on there, because the call repeats for each of the next couple of phrases. So we start off, first of all, we're in drop D. So your low E string gets detuned a full tone so that it sits an octave below your normal open D string. So that's my D string. That's my E string, which is now a D, a full octave below. So that tells us straight away, I mean, if we're in drop D, the chances are we're going to be playing in the key of D or D minor. In this case, we're in D minor. It's very much a minor type scale we're playing. So that's our first move, that call. And what we're doing there is the open D string, and then on the D string and the G string, I'm on the 7th fret. And then on the 5th fret of the B string, that's actually a D sus2 chord. And then we hammer on the B string onto the 6th fret and pull off again, or play off. And come back to the G and the D string. That's the first bit you want to get under your fingers, because you're going to be playing that like 4 times or something. And then the answer to that, so if that was the call, the answer to that, this is the big stretch, I find anyway. This was probably the hardest part for me, was pinky on the 5th fret of the low E string, second finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, and pluck those 2 together. Then come to, while still holding that 5th fret on the with your pinky, come to the 2nd fret on the G string, so, and then open G string, and then 2nd fret on the D string, so yeah. And then move down to the 3rd fret on the E string, you're still on the 2nd fret of the D, and put a hammer onto the 3rd fret of that D string. So pluck the 2, the low E string and the D string together, and hammer onto the 3rd fret of the D string. And then 2nd fret, you're just going to flatten your first finger across there, that 2nd fret, G string 2nd fret, B string 2nd fret, and then we're going to slide up to the 5th fret on the B string, but from the 3rd. So we get like that. So we'll do that phrase one more time, nice and slow. Okay, then second phrase, okay, second phrase starts the same again with that same call. The answer this time is different. So what we're doing there is we're coming down to a B flat, so it's 1st fret on the A string, and I'm using my first finger to do that, and my pinky is going to grab the 3rd fret on the high E string and pluck those 2 together, and then 1st fret on the high E string, open high E, 3rd fret on the B string, and then take the 1st fret off the A string and play the A string open as you come to the 2nd fret on the B string, so they come together. 3rd fret on the G, open G, 2nd fret on the D. So. This is a bit that nearly broke me. So, 3rd phrase. Keep at it though, because I've pretty much got it. I know exactly what he's playing, it's just the speed of it is just killer. So we start off exactly the same. And then what he's doing here is he's using his thumb to hold down the 5th fret on the low E string. At the same time, we're 6th fret on the high E string, up to the 8th and back again, down to the 5th on the high E, all on that one bass note, and then to the 4th, still under that same bass note, so, and then he comes down to the 3rd fret with his thumb on that low E string, and comes back to the 5th fret on the high E string, then to the 3rd fret on the high E string, 6th fret on the B string, 5th fret on the B string, and then we're back to the 5th fret on the low E string with the thumb, and the 6th fret on the high E, 6 to 5, and then 8 on the B to 5 on the B. So I'm barring those two notes for that whole move. A lot easier to do if you don't put the bass notes in, but it sounds so much better if you do. Okay, so we start our phrase with the same call. The answer this time is going to be a major sound instead of minor. We've gone to G major. And A major, so G to A. And that is 5th fret on the low E string, G strings on the 4th fret, and then I'm going to take to the 5th fret and slide it up to the 7th. And go to the 5th fret on the B string. And then I'm going to basically repeat that move but 2 frets higher. So 7th fret on the low E string and 6th fret on the G string. Pinky down comes down on the 7th fret of the G string, slides up to the 9th, and the B string is on the 6th fret. And then we come back to this note here, this D again. So when we come out of that, we land on this 7th fret on the G string, and we're going to do 4 alternating notes between our low E string and that note there. It's basically an octave, or 2 octaves apart or something like that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but the second note you hit, you're going to bend. Just to add a little bit more tension, because why not? Then we come down to this. 3rd fret on the low E string, 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the A string, slide it up to the 5th, and end up on the 3rd fret of the D string. So then from on that D string on the 3rd fret, slide that up to the 5th and end up on the 4th fret of the G string. Then slide that up from the 4th fret to the 6th fret on the G string and end up on the B string on the 5th fret. So open D string or E string, open E string, 5th fret on the A string. So I think there's a slight bend there. Comes right up to the 17th fret, which is an octave above that, and then it comes back down, but it comes back down to the 6th fret and slides into the 5th. So and then another alternate note at the end, and then we go into this. I think it must be like a diminished type scale of some kind. I'm not sure. This is the stuff I want to learn more about. It's really cool. So we're on 3rd fret of the low E string, 2nd fret of the A string, 1st fret of the D string. That's the first chord. Then we move that up 1 fret, same shape, and over a string. So we're now on the 4th fret of the A string, 3rd fret of the D string, and 2nd fret of the G string. Do the same again, move it up a fret and across a string. So we're now on the G string, the D string on the 5th fret, the G string on the 4th fret, and the B string on the 3rd fret. And then same again, move the whole shape up a fret and over a string. This time the lower finger is going to drop 1 fret behind the one that's on the E string. So we've got G string on the 6th fret, B string on the 5th fret, and a high E string on the 3rd fret. So then we're going to slide that up, so our leading finger here on the G string is going to end up on the 9th fret, and we're going to maintain that same chord shape. And then slide up again to the 12th, and then up to the 15th. What you should end up with is G string on the 15th, B string on the 14th, and high E string on the 12th. Then he plucks the G string again, 15th fret on the high E, 12th fret high E, 14th fret B, 11th B, 10th B, and then 15th D. Okay, so after we come out of that intro, we landed up on that 15th fret on the D string. He kind of strums that a little bit, just alternating thumb and first finger. And he's letting the A string in there as well, but it's not that dominant in there, but it is in there. It's a D minor chord again. E, A, and F. I don't know, I have lost count of how many different voicings of a D minor is used in this tune. So he does that for about a bar or so. And then he comes down to playing basically that same note, but on the G string here on the 10th fret. And he's dropped the A note out of it now, so it's just purely a root and third now. So we're still on a D minor chord there. Now we've come down to an A major. B flat. So just that same shape, up one. So it's 7th fret on the low E string and 6th fret on the G string. Move it up 1 fret, so we're now on 8th fret on the low E string and 7th fret on the G string. So that's a B flat. and then 3rd fret on the low E string, 2nd fret on the G string. That's an F chord. So D minor, A, B flat, F. Just before he comes, just as he comes out of that, he steps that down to open G string and 2nd fret on the low E, just before he goes into that. Okay, so that is. What I'm playing there, open D string obviously, and then I'm playing the D and the G strings, and I'm holding the D string on the 3rd fret and the G string on the 2nd fret, and guess what? D, F and A, it's another D minor. The pattern, the rhythm for it: bass, pluck, tap, pluck. Might take a bit of practice, but you'll get it. It's a really cool rhythm. And then we come up to what is a G minor chord. So we're on the 5th fret of the low E string, and we're on the 3rd fret of the G string, and we've got an open D note in there. The D string's open. Occasionally he brings in the pinky on the 5th fret of the B string, and that turns that G minor chord into a G minor 6. That's right, sorry. Yeah, he lifts that off as well, plays those two, the D and the G strings, open just before he goes into the change.
A little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down you know that. Deep down you know I'm always in periphery. Ran on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Bren. I've been taking some time to be distant.
Just going back into the other voice, and the two themes are kind of keeping themselves throughout the tune.
I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this.
So notice this time round he started on the G minor.
A million times, your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things.
When he stops, I think just about every time that he stops throughout this backwards and forwards rap that's going on, it's always the G minor he stops on. It's that note there.
Things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me, I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one, so you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional
So
guy. Where's your top 10 hit?
D
Where's your
minor
interview
to
with
G
Oprah?
minor again.
Wow, your Grammys ran nowhere. Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in. Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it. Man, it's not like that. Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat. No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I write, I belong. Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it. Played on guitar. Plan B did it. Man, you're not original. You criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material. Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore. Fuck you. I don't need you. I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself. I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath it. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to actually hear you say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren. Well, fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it, who are you to die?
Okay, so we've got a section there where it's just jumping straight backwards and forwards from.
I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
And again. Stop. 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 Oh dear.
Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mustopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal.
Okay, so we've got, because we're in drop D, we've basically dropped this E string down a full tone. Our power chord is just those two chords together. So that's a D power chord, or a D add 5. Move it up chromatically, one fret at a time. Up to the 3rd fret. Once it gets to the 4th fret, just alternating. I think once it gets to about the 8th fret, I think he stops the alternating and just moves up a note at a time. And then we're into this riff here that just reminds me of Primus. And all that is 12th fret, E string and A string, and then the open A string, and then 11th fret, E string and A string, and then open A string, 10th fret, E string, A string, and then open A string, 9th fret, E string, A string, and then open. And then just string that together really quickly, and you get... really cool riff, love it.
Normal, you wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos that causes division.
Well, okay. So, again, open E, A and D strings. First fret. I think that was right, let me just check that.
Eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos that causes division.
Right.
I live inside death, the beginning of ends. I am you, you are me. I am you, friend.
And then we come into this. So, this chord here, I think it's a diminished chord shape. Second fret on the A string, third fret on the A string, sorry. I'm using my second finger. First finger, second fret on the D string, third finger, ring finger, G string, third fret, B string with a pinky, one fret higher on the fourth. And what he's doing basically is so he's moving it back a fret and then forward, yeah. Until we get to the shape where the pinky is landing on the 11th fret. So it's just gone chromatically backwards and forwards all the way up really quickly and in sort of a very chaotic manner. And he's not that tidy about it either. I think he's left it like that on purpose to make it more chaotic, I think. And then brings it back down so we can breathe again. 15th fret on the high E string, 12th fret high E string, 14th fret B string, 15th fret D string, G string, and then 12th fret on the high E down to the 9th fret on the high E, 11th on the B, 12th on the G, and then 9th on the high E down to the 6th, 8th on the B, 9th on the D, G, 6 on the high E, 3 on the high E, 5 on the B, 6 on the G, and then down to the 2nd fret on the G. Slide that back up and go back into.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill.
Okay, so that part obviously is just the bass notes. So open, 7th, 8th, 3rd.
But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm, I was made to be tested.
Yeah, so second time round, he's gone back to our original sort of Ren voice. And then when it comes to the third time, he's adding in the B string in there as well. Let me just check that. Picking back.
Rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted.
I'm on the 10th fret here, by the way. I'm got the G and the B strings held down on the 10th fret. And then we're down to 7th fret on the low E string. G is on the 6th, and we're now on B on the 5th. Move that whole thing up 1 fret. So we're now 8th fret on the E string, 7th fret on the G, and 6 on the B. And where that's back to the bottom position, 3rd on the E, 2nd on the G, 1st on the B.
I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as Hope.
Okay, so he's added in another higher note. So the first one on that D minor chord is just, again, it's on the same fret, 10th fret on the high E string this time. When we come down to the A chord, it's again on the 5th fret, same fret as the B string was.
Hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspired by me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a climbing to different sides.
So we've got D minor, A shape, A minor shape chord, bar on the 5th fret, down to an A chord, and then B flat, an F, to a G minor, and an A minor. That's A shape for the F, which is an A shape bar chord with the bar on the 10th fret, 8th fret, bar on the 8th fret. And then an A minor shape chord, bar chord with the bar on the 10th fret, and then the bar on the 12th fret for the A minor. And I think that is the whole tune. Right, so just at the end there, last couple of times round there, instead of doing that damping part, he's just giving it loudly the whole way through. When he's strumming that, notice he's emphasising the beats. It's all in there. It's all there. And pretty much that's it, I think. We're just going into the spoken word section there. Yeah. So that is High Ren on guitar. So hope you like the video. Hope you learned something out of it. Hope you get something out of it. I hope I've been clear enough for you. And don't forget to hit the like button and maybe subscribe, you never know. And also, if you want me to do any other songs, varieties of Spice of Life and all that, drop something down in the comments, and you never know, I might do one for you. Cheers, guys.